So, dann mal kurz sortieren. Wunderschönen guten Abend zusammen. Ich sortieren, weil wir gerade vom offiziellen ersten Zoo-Team-Call kommen, wie man sich mal kennengelernt hat. Heute alles ein bisschen spontaner hier und vom einen Call in den nächsten Call. Aber ganz kurz, es freut mich recht herzlich, dass ihr alle wieder dabei seid, hoffentlich alle. Zum sanften Montag, wie ich es immer noch nenne. Der NFT Zoo Stream seit 3 Wochen machen wir das jetzt schon. Ich bin der Jonas, der Host, wie man sich so schön vielleicht nennen darf. Genau, was machen wir hier für alle, die noch nicht so lange dabei sind? Ich streame für den NFT Zoo, die deutsche NFT-Community. Ich glaube mittlerweile die meisten Zuschauer hier sind aus dem NFT Zoo. Wer noch nicht aus dem NFT Zoo ist, der wird Zeit, dass ihr reinkommt. Links findet ihr in der Beschreibung auf unserem Twitch-Kanal, Twitter, was auch immer. Wir machen einmal in alle 1-2 Wochen so einen Stream hier, wo wir interessante Gäste einladen und ich mich mit denen unterhalte. So auch heute wieder. Kommen wir gleich dazu. Genau, ein paar organisatorische Dinge wie immer. Wenn ihr das Ganze supporten möchtet ein bisschen, dann gerne einfach ein Follow dalassen auf Twitch oder auch ein Subscribe. Mit Amazon Prime ist es kostenlos. Hilft mir ein bisschen. Und ansonsten einfach einschalten und mitchatten. Mitchatten ist ganz wichtig. Vor allem für den Gast. Es freut jeden Gast, wenn er einfach Fragen bekommt aus dem Publikum. Und deswegen freue ich mich immer, wenn Leute auch aktiv daran teilnehmen. Genau, und dann meistens ist es auf Deutsch. Heute allerdings wieder auf Englisch, weil die Gäste leider, oder was ist leider, zum Glück international sind und daher auch englischer Sprache. Und ich mache es heute so, dass der Gast als erstes kommt und dann reden wir noch ein bisschen auf Deutsch weiter über den Zoo und über vielleicht auch Topshot. Und genau, das ist, glaube ich, alles, was es zu sagen gibt. Dann würde ich auf Englisch switchen, weil nämlich unser Gast schon da ist. Christian, are you ready? Nice, he's ready. So then I would like to introduce Christian from Momentranks. Hey, man.
What's going on? What's
Good
up?
to see you.
Happy to be here.
So welcome to the German stream, man.
Hello.
You're actually the second guy now. We have third. Yeah, the third guest we have.
Nice,
so
awesome. Happy to be early.
It's been fun. You're basically an early adopter to our stream.
There you go. Love it.
So yeah, I mean, we talked yesterday briefly. So we are now a community close to 400 people. Hopefully a lot of them tune in today. NFT Topshot is what we do every day. We chat about it. We shoot projects to each other. We invest together even for some projects. So it's quite fun.
Nice.
Just that you know a little bit what we do.
Nice. Yeah, it's been a crazy ride since I started Momentranks, and basically the same thing. It's just Topshot and NFTs every day. So it's been a lot of fun. And yesterday I bought a bunch of doodles. I absolutely love them.
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't mint them, but I I bought them on the secondary. I sniped a wizard for a pretty good price, and I love the project. I'm excited to see what they do. See where it goes from here.
I saw a few whales getting in, like a lot of big guys.
Well, yeah, all those, there's like 350 to 50 ETH sales, but it was all from one guy, so I don't know.
Jesus, okay, yeah, that's out of my reach at least. Well, anyway, Christian, thank you for coming. Would you like to maybe introduce you quickly? I don't know what's your role at Momentranks before we get into Momentranks. Maybe how did you get into Momentranks at all?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I got pretty lucky to find Momentranks, to be honest. So I started on Topshot in January after the Jonathan Bales article, and I just started collecting a little bit. I didn't really have a lot of funds, so just bought a few things, but it was doing really well, and I saw the market doing well, and I really started to understand digital ownership, and I thought it was really cool. And it took me probably about 2 months to really look into the broader NFT space. Which is probably a little bit too long, to be honest with you, but eventually I got there. But in February is when Momentranks started, and when they started, a friend of a friend reached out to me and said they needed someone to run social media. I was working, I had a regular full-time job and doing content marketing, so I love Topshot. Like even at work, like I was on Topshot all the time, just checking the market. Obviously, things were going up. So it was much more interesting to check because you're refreshing, at the time I was refreshing intangible market, I guess. And I was refreshing the tangible market and just see my account value go up or down, whatever. But anyways, I mostly just realized, oh, like there's no content out about this, and I really was interested in doing content, but I hadn't really started planning on what I was going to do myself or if I was going to do anything myself.
Mm-hmm.
And then my friend connected me. Friend of a friend connected me to one of the original founders of Momentranks. And so I started, I did everything I could to be like, I'm your guy. I will dedicate myself to this because
Nice.
I knew it was something that's very. I was super bullish on Top Shot at first, and then again got into the broader NFT space. But yeah, so I started doing social for them, and then once they raised their first round of funding, which was in April, they closed it. I came on full time. Doing and started kind of bringing on freelancers to do articles and videos and lots of other cool content. We've done streams, of course. Our main Top Shot stream is at 9 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/Momentranks. It's called Shot Talk, and we're also expanding that. We just closed another round of funding, and so we're kind of expanding even more content now, a little bit more, as well as, of course, we added the ETH valuations on our website and stuff like that. So,
which is exciting.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much that's the main story. I pretty much just I really found I got really lucky, honestly, to have a friend of a friend who connected me, and it was just right place, right time. But I love the space. I'm so glad to be in it because I've always loved technology. I've always been some of my best friends I've ever made, even before NFTs, came from the internet. And this is it's such a perfect connection of like me being extremely digital native and almost like in real life being a little bit socially awkward, not necessarily like really bad, but you know what I mean? Like I'm so comfortable making friends online where like people are like, you just meet people online and just talk. Like I've always been like, yeah, I do that. Like that's normal to me. So funny, like this space fits super well for me. And it's been great to be here. And obviously our team is amazing. I mean, I'm just the guy who does the content. Like I'm not the one building all these amazing tools. So seriously.
Yeah. No, I mean that's nice. It's a nice story for sure. Like you said, I remember when we started. I started up in I think I signed up 1st of January to Top Shot, so quite early. And back then it was like intangible, refresh intangible every minute, every day. See you, I can't wait to go up. And I know when you guys launched the initial site, but once it came up, I was super excited. Finally, there was a nice way, like a nice design to check your moments and stuff. And then obviously how you further develop it is just insane. I mean, once the marketplace feature came up, that was also huge for me.
Yeah,
literally snipe.
Scott Mitchell, Scott's not on our team anymore, but man, he basically made that his baby in the marketplace. Yeah. He also did a lot of debugging on play and stuff like that. But man, Scott was a beast, and that was. We made some improvements in the marketplace since then, but mostly, I mean, that was his thing. He works on Own the Moment now. Well, not their Top Shot product, but he works on their fantasy game. But he was a beast. I mean, our team, we have a much different team now. I mean, it's been built out so much with UI and UX people, and it's a really great team to be a part of.
How many people are you now there? Like, how can I imagine?
If I was to guess, full time would be around like a dozen, I think.
Okay, cool.
But like I said, we just finished our next funding round, which we haven't fully announced yet, but we announced it internally. And that, I'd imagine we start expanding a little bit more, even especially with the ETH stuff and NFL coming up as well. That's going to be big for us, and we're going to need a lot of people on NFL. I feel like we definitely have a little bit of an advantage because we've worked with Flow and serial number evaluation, stuff like that. So it'll be a natural kind of. Yeah. Also, Dapper has been part of our 2 funding rounds. So, we have easy access to Dapper and communicating with them to make sure we get everything right and they can, we can work in tandem with them almost. Okay. That's the same thing as like Evaluate Market, though. I think that Dapper was part of their funding round. So they have the same thing. So I'd imagine there'll be lots of tools from day one when NFL launches, which will be really cool.
Yeah. I mean, you and Evaluate Market is like, obviously you're like competition. Yeah. But I feel like the space is large enough to have like 2 such.
100%. And I think we all kind of have different ideas of what we want to be. I think Evaluate Market might be a little bit more geared towards hardcore like traders, and we want to give those people tools too. But I think a lot of things that we focus on and maybe they're not all the way built out yet. But we've seen a little bit of it with Top Shot is like the social features and community building around Top Shot. We have a big feature coming out tomorrow that will integrate in the long term with Play. We could talk about it a little bit later, but
Yep.
that, you know, that's all about community building. But already on Momentranks, you can follow your friends, and you can go to your wall and you can see all of their transactions whenever you want. You can comment on them and react to them.
That's crazy. Yeah.
And so you could search any account and follow them, and that's like a big part of it for us is we want to make collecting, you know, fun, and we want to connect you with your friends, and you know, we want you to be able to see your account value and all of that. Of course, I mean that's a no brainer, but being able to kind of connect on a deeper level than just the monetary value of your NFTs is like super important for us.
So it's kind of a social network in the NFT space.
So yeah, I think it's definitely one of our goals. Absolutely, yeah.
Cool, man. So let's talk a little bit about Play, because I mean that's why probably a lot of the guys are here. I mean, sure. I think I played even the first day last season when it came up, and the first couple days it was quite easy to win something because there were not so many people, and then it like just took off, and you had like thousands of people playing, and so it got harder.
Well, I know some people who got rings from, like, we sent out rings at the end of the year. I know some people who got those rings from like beta, and then they like never even got close to getting a ring outside of beta. So that was cool for the people who got into beta, because we had like a closed beta where it's password only, and so those games were pretty small, like a few hundred people. Where now we usually get a few thousand. So yeah, that was really cool that some people got the rings that way.
Seriously, cool. So for people who don't know it yet, probably most of the guys don't know it, but maybe we can break it down real quick. I know it's we don't have to go into the details of the scoring system. I know it's quite complex. I think I did a stream a while back about this too in German. So I hope the guys know it. Do you want to share your screen? Because I
share my screen, but I also will drop in, and you can drop this in chat. So we have NBA Top Shot Talk. He made some videos for us, and one of them was about the scoring on Play. Yep. And this is pretty much exact. I mean, this explains it better than any. I'm gonna drop in this private chat right here, but you can drop it in the other chat.
Yeah.
I would, if you're confused about this, if you're wondering about the scoring at all, definitely watch this. You can also. There's also a blog on our website. I could link that, but you could probably search it and just search Momentranks Play. Yep. And you'll probably find that blog, and it has a scoring breakdown as well. But that video is great, and it's like 5 minutes, and it explains Play awesome in terms of scoring. But yeah, I mean, Play is, you use your top shot moments and play daily fantasy. And it's only daily right now, so you set, you know, you only play players that are playing in that day's games, and that's why I was telling you before the stream that I don't think I can actually like show you how to set a lineup right now. So I had this screen pulled up for my past games, because it's not, like, tomorrow morning I'll be able to set a lineup. Actually, probably at midnight tonight I'll be able to set a lineup for tomorrow. But here's what it looks like. So like, here's my team, right? And you can see I have this pink circle means it's a rare. These are all commons, and you can see the play type, which is actually very important for the scoring. Like you said, I don't really want to go too far on the scoring, but I would say, as you can see, my strategy is to mostly play blocks and assists and 3-pointers, because those are the highest boost.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So but there's going to be situations this year where it's not going to matter what, you know, like there's going to be situations where guys are going to be, they might not have a lot of, there's going to be so many more games every day. You know what I'm saying? So you can do a lot more interesting things with your lineup in terms of like, someone's injured, and so someone else is getting extra playing time. And, you know, they might average only 5 points per game when they're playing off the bench, but now they're going to start and they're going to score 30 points. And it's like, well, you know, they're going to get a big boost on scoring, even though the scoring boost is smaller. So it's going to make it really interesting to have, you know, we have not, I think we had some beta slates, slates being like all the games where there were like 10 games, but we never had everyone playing where there was like 10 games a night. So it's going to be super interesting, super fun.
That's what I like about it. Like that during the playoffs, obviously, when they were just final games, it was quite easy to set up a lineup because you only can play like 5-6 guys. But when there's 10-15 games a night, you can actually like browse news, who's injured, like you said, who's starting today, 100%. Maybe who's breaking out. And that's what's fun.
Those boosts are so important, you know. So if you find someone who's going to have more opportunity than usual, I can't.
So how do we get a boost maybe for people?
Yeah, so the booster are calculated. Oh, I can go to the breakdowns right here. This is perfect.
Yep.
So the boosts are calculated based on I'll explain handles in a second. The boosts are calculated on 10 game averages. So Cameron Payne, he had 9 assists. Let's see if it'll say here maybe what his 10 game average was. Yeah, so you can click on the player. Even when you're setting a lineup, you can do this. He was at, let's just say he's averaging 3.7. He puts up 9 assists. So you're going to, right when he gets 4 assists, that's over the 10 game average, you're going to get the boost, which that changes based on the level. So common is 5, rare is 7. Fandom is going to be 5 as well. For now, we might change that, but it's also going to be the same as common. Common and fandom will be the same. Legendary will be 7. And then rares will be 7. Legendaries will be 8 points. That's the boost. So you'll get your base score, like all these score points, pretty similar to like DraftKings scoring, or it's actually really similar to FanDuel scoring, because you also get extra points for the 3-pointers. Wait, that's right. Yeah. So you'll get that base boost, right? So you hit 4 assists, you get that boost for this because it's a common, it'll be 5 points. Then every assist over that, you're going to get the base score and you're going to get the boost score for his assist over that 10 game average. So for those, the fifth assist, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, you're going to get extra points based on him going over his 10 game average, which again is 3.7. So, the assist boost. Oh man, it's been too long. I don't even, let me see. I can pull up this video.
I know it's been a while.
Hold on.
So there's one
thing I'll also say. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so the assist boost is 5, and one thing I'll say about the assist boost as well is that you can see I put handles here. So for every assist over the 10 game, you would get 5 extra points. And then one thing I'll say here is like the handles. So we couldn't really decide on a category to put them in, so we made them assists. So like for handles, to get the boost, you need him to go over his assist total, his 10 game average on assists. Keep in mind, it's only like I say over the 10 game average, it's only the 10 game average in the category of the moment. So if I played Ayton with a dunk right here, he would only get a boost if he goes over 15 points. 15 point. He needs to score 16 points to hit the boost. Like it doesn't matter about these other stats. It only matters about the category that you played
of the moment. Yeah. Makes
Yep.
sense. So there's one thing I want to point out, because I think a lot of people think that maybe, or take them the wrong way. I mean, it is obvious an advantage if you have rare or legendary moment, but it's not true at least in my experience, that you can win without any rares or legendaries, because the margin or the difference in bonus points you get is not so extreme, I would say. So if you pull up the winners here,
I don't know why it's not going. Maybe try to open it.
Nobody's been there for a while.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be because it's also password protected, but it's just not wanting to load the daily. I was literally just on the daily contest page like a few minutes ago. So, yeah, cool. Let's see if these are still here. They should be. Yeah. Let's just, I don't know. We could go to a day where it was all legendaries. It's possible. But also one thing you got to keep in mind. Okay, this is perfect. See, number one only had 1 rare. But it's like this happened in the playoffs. This is still the playoffs here. So everyone has very similar players, and it's really the play type that's going to differentiate your team. So like situations like Booker, well, that's probably not a great example, but let's just use it. Like Booker could have a 3-pointer and he might not, he could have 3-pointers that are commons and rares, but he might not have any 3-pointers that are legendaries. So, and he might get the biggest boost in the 3-pointer. So it might be advantageous to actually play a common and just forego the extra boost points for playing a legendary. But yeah, so I mean, this one is a great example. Obviously, this is the playoffs, so we did have a tiebreaker. In the daily contest, ties are broken by the total serials added up. So actually it doesn't show it right here anymore. It might be because it's already a finished contest, but usually it would show here we go, tie break. You can see their serials there.
So you just add up the serials, and then so it's obviously an advantage to have.
To have lower serials a little bit advantageous. But again, I don't think we're gonna have many ties during the regular season. I think people are gonna be playing very different lineups on a nightly basis, especially when there's 10 games. It's going to be super fun. I'm excited to go through my moments every night and pick out a few that I think can overperform.
Yeah, this is what I want to point out. So you can basically start playing with like $20 or so, because you just have to buy 5 moments in some categories, and then you can go and play. And you actually win packs. Like if you scroll up again.
Yeah. So yeah, and we're kind of still figuring out exactly what the price structure will be, but it will definitely include some packs. Like I said, we're working with Top Shot pretty closely on some of this stuff. So we don't know what packs we have yet. They're still working on getting them. We have some packs from last year still. We'll probably use at the beginning of the year. But for like the head-to-head contests, we haven't decided on what those prizes are going to be yet, because we haven't known what packs exactly we're going to get yet. But usually, like through the first week of the the first season, we had head-to-head contests, which basically went through each round of the playoffs. So if you were in the top 50, you could play 10 head-to-heads per day, and if you're in the top 50 throughout, let's say, the conference finals in head-to-heads, you would win something, either a pack or a moment. So you can play head-to-heads as well, and just keep playing. You can keep playing them and then try to end up on the leaderboard, which is here as long as it loads. Okay, it got reset from last year, but this is where it'd be. You'd score points, 1+ for a win, -1 for a loss. You play 10 games a day, like I said. So, yeah.
But that's more of a grind. I played I played the head-to-head, like you said, in playing the playoffs, and you have to set a lineup like 10 lineups every day in order to be competitive.
Yeah.
So that's what I love about the daily contest, because I miss out a day, nobody cares, and basically I can win every day something. So that's my most fun part of the whole project, of the whole play feature, for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm super excited for this. Do you know when it goes live this season? I mean, the season starts tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll probably be trying to turn it live tonight, most likely. I mean, it'll be live for tomorrow, 100%. So you can get your entries in. I would imagine it will go live tonight, where people can start sending their lineups about 24 hours in advance of the slate. We'll send a tweet out, and we'll send a Discord message out letting people know that it's open, because we've been having a lot of people ask about when play is going to be open and wondering if it's. I think we have somehow gotten more interest in play this year than when we launched, and I don't know if it's because there's more Top Shot users or more people. Some people didn't know about it last year or what, but man, so many people have asked that I don't even think they played last year. So
I know. Yeah.
That's really interesting, and it'll be very fun to see new people play. I think it'll be awesome. And then the one thing I did want to mention, I think will be cool for your community and all communities really, is that so we're gonna have a new feature where you can essentially. I could kind of just tell you the full feature. I mean, it's coming out tomorrow, so I don't really mind.
Oh, hell yeah. You heard it
basically, so it integrates from Momentranks to Top Shot. So on Momentranks, how it will work is you'll go and you'll actually, you know what? On Momentranks, it might actually, we haven't really fully launched it, but I think we have the page up for it. Hold on, give me 1 sec. Yeah, sure. I think we do. So
get some hot news today.
Let's see if this pulls up. Okay, cool. Yeah, I can go ahead and share this tab now real quick, and I'll show you. Give me 1 sec. Okay. So, how this works. Here we go. You can share me now. I'm good.
Oh,
so sorry. We actually have one of the community already has 289 members, even though we haven't even actually announced this feature yet. What? But basically, you'll create a community, and you can say exactly what it is that people need to have to join that community. So we're starting with just Top Shot. It's definitely something we want to take to other NFTs. So you can start a community where you have to own a creature and a doodle, and that's the only way you can get into the community. And so within this community, I gotta find one that I'm in. I think I'm in this one.
Big ballers.
Oh, let's see. Oh, I'm not signed in, so maybe it's not. That's probably what's happening. But basically, you'll have a so similar to, I'm gonna go back now. Similar to our wall feature that is that social feature, you'll be able to see all the buys and sells in that community, and you could kind of comment on them, and see what's happening within your community of the accounts in your community. I guess I didn't explain. First of all, you can gate, so like this hustle and showroom, right? This is a community only for people who own the entire hustle and show set. And you can make those parameters in there, and you can decide it could be 5 LeBron moments. Like it can be anything you want.
But it is connected to Top Shot, like it automatically connects to Top Shot, right?
Yeah. So as long as you're signed into your account and you have your Momentranks account or you have Top Shot account connected to Momentranks, which is a pretty easy process. Yeah, you just got to change your Discord name on Top Shot and then it connects it. So then it's also really easy because when you sign in, then you can switch between your I don't know why it has me not signed in actually, but I could switch between my ETH account and my Top Shot account like right here. Which is really cool because I can see my ETH evaluations and NFT or Top Shot evaluations right here. I don't know. Okay, anyways, let's go back. I don't know why it took me to this screen, but if I go back here, it should be fine now. So I can go here, then I can go to my ETH stuff as well. But anyways, so it'll pull. Oh, sorry.
No, we saw your big bags, man.
This is overall floor. Okay, actually, it's because I just got 4 doodles, which basically all my liquidity just went into doodles. So it is what it is. Not all of it, but more than I'm like. I think about that Danny Cool. I don't know. He tweeted once about like it's like a joke about like I keep every hour I check the floor and the floor is lower. And I have overinvested far too much or something like that. Can Dev do something? Yeah, that's me right now. Like I'm so overinvested. Yeah, I do believe in doodle. I do believe in doodles heavily. Anyways, so yeah, that communities will. So okay, so you'll have those things. You can set your own parameters. It could be any. Like I said, it could be anything. It'd be for Germans, it could be you own one Davis Bertans moment, like like, and then whoever.
Wait, but Davis Bertans is not German.
He's not German?
No, man.
Oh man! Wait, who's a German NBA player?
Like Dennis Schröder, for example.
Oh, Dennis Schröder, yeah, Dennis Schröder, yeah. There you go.
Theis, Dirk Nowitzki.
Daniel Theis is German?
Yeah, he's German too.
I didn't know that. Okay, wait, where is Davis Bertans from?
He's like Lithuania or something. I don't know.
Okay, that's crazy that I thought that. I've thought that forever, so I've just always thought he was German.
Yeah, he's Latvian.
Anyway. Okay, got you. Well, my bad about that. Anyways, once you start these communities, our plan is to essentially you'll be able to have that community within play where you guys can compete and you can set your own prizes and you can maybe not when we launch, but definitely very soon. Like I said, I told you privately that we're definitely looking for. We don't have any devs that work specifically on play, and with the future of like we want to build this out bigger, is we definitely need a dev to work 100% on play and build out these features. But we want to definitely have where you can have your community, and then you can set your parameters for what you want your game weekly, what you want your game to be daily. So, if you want your game to be only commons, or maybe no boost or something or whatever.
So you can set like league settings like in a fantasy game.
Yeah, that's what we want to be able to do for sure within those communities. And maybe not. Maybe you don't need a community. Maybe we will have that option outside of communities where you can play head to heads. That you can set your own parameters as well. But our focus is definitely on these community games first, and allowing people like the First Mint or anyone to Pack Rip to come in here and they can start their own little community and they can have their own games. They can have their own prizes, and go for and kind of build it within Momentranks where you can see all their activity in the communities page, but you can also play with them on the Momentranks page or the Momentranks Play, so you have multiple levels of engagement with this community. As well as, I will say one more thing. I know that a lot of communities already have their own Discords, but if you do have a community, I think if you have like 10 people in the community, it'll start its own Discord channel within our Discord. So just another little feature.
Okay, cool.
On there as well.
Nice, man. So that's something I learned now. So you told me briefly yesterday when we talked, but that's definitely something we will be doing, and
awesome.
I see myself organizing it, unfortunately, in the but that sounds fun.
Well, that's great. Yeah, I mean, if as we build it out, if there's stuff that you guys want, if there's stuff you want to see, of course, feel free to reach out, especially now that we've connected and everything. We are always on every front, whether it's ETH or Top Shot, always looking for feedback. We might grab feedback and not be able to implement something for like 2 months. But we're still going to take in that feedback, and we love to hear what people want to see. It's really important to us. So, yeah.
It was one thing. One thing I was missing was that like actually competing against daily users on the daily contest. I don't know them, so it was fun, but I didn't know who I won against. So that's definitely a nice thing, an exciting thing to have. And I probably will start a community tonight after the stream.
Yeah, you can jump on there. So we're announcing it in the morning. We've had it close. We had to finish up the ETH stuff before we wanted to announce it. And we also had a few bugs that they needed to clean up and just didn't have the time to focus on it. So yeah, you can. I'm pretty sure you can start one right now if you want.
I can actually. I had that's a create button on my screen.
Yeah, should be good to go. So and you can, like I said, you can set any parameters you want. You know, even though Davis Bertans not German, you can still set a Davis Bertans moment as your requirement.
We might as well do it now.
No, I'm just kidding. I remember Davis Bertans is one of my first Series 1 debuts I bought, because when I got on, I was buying really one series, or I guess they didn't have badges yet, but it was technically a Series 1 debut.
Yeah,
and I was one of the first ones I bought. It was really cheap. It was a long 3-pointer. I remember.
He's one of the guys who gets almost no love on the platform. I feel like a lot of the international guys don't get much love.
He had a few good seasons, but I he's just a hot shooter sometimes. He's kind of a streaky shooter, so if he's not shooting well, it's like doesn't really have a lot of use in the NBA, but if he sometimes he could shoot crazy. I mean, he can knock down some threes, man.
I know, right? And you know what's crazy? He has only 4 fingers on his shooting hand.
Wait, what? What?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. Yeah, you can Google it. Google it.
That's crazy.
He saw one off on somewhere.
Wow, that's such a fun fact I've never known. Oh, I see. Yeah.
He does.
Wow. Right? I can't believe I never knew that. Amazing.
Hey, we both learned something today. Nice, man. So that's cool. We already have our Sue, the guy who created this whole NFT community. He says in German, I have to create a group now. That's what he basically says.
Nice.
So that's what I'm gonna do after the stream. Should we briefly jump to the ETH wallet stuff? I'm interested in.
Oh sure, yeah, we could talk about it briefly. Yeah, and yeah, for sure. And again,
we have a couple more minutes. I know I don't like at time I guess 20 minutes, and then they say around for 45.
I'll just go to my favorite NFT, which is creatures. I love the creatures.
I can see you have even.
So obviously you. So I'll go to my own evaluation. I mean, and so I guess we don't have the doodles loaded in yet. The main thing that I love about our we have some doodles loaded in. The main thing I love about our is that you can sort, or you can value your NFTs however you would like. So or in multiple different ways. So this is, you can do overall floor by listings, and you can overall floor by sales, which sales would be maybe a little bit lower sometimes, of course, because like for creatures, this could be taking the lowest sale in the last 24 hours, right? So this could be, if I want to dump this immediately, if I wanted to dump everything in this immediately, this is what my value would be. So this is the floor of your value. But you have listings, which is also pretty, that's the lowest, because if I have something that's rare, which I know that one of these is a wizard that's a higher rarity, then this is even a little bit of an undervalue, maybe for some projects. And then you have these, which would be the higher valuations, right? Because you could take the most valuable trait, and especially for listings, it's probably going to be it's probably going to be over what is the actual value is, because if it's listed and it's a really rare trait, it's not guaranteed to sell. If there's a reason it hasn't sold yet, it's listed. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's a very rare trait where there are only 100 of them or something, or 50 of them. It's not going to be super liquid. So this is probably a high estimate. And like I said, my doodles aren't loaded in, and so you can kind of go through each of your items, and as you switch. So I should have shown this as I switch. I guess it doesn't really matter. You kind of got the point with the overall, but on the listings, you could see. So my most rare trait on this is the background meadow, or at least the most valuable trait. So this would be the highest listing floor. Personally, I think this valuation is a tiny bit low, because this creature is, as you can see, I have two things. I look for certain creatures. I only have two, but I love when their color of their skin is the same as the background. I just like the aesthetics of it. So when they have that match, there's not very many of them. They're pretty rare. But anyways, that's a little bit more in depth. But anyway, so obviously your list, this is probably going to be the highest one that you're going to get, and it's probably a little bit too high in general. But then you have your most valuable trait for sales, which I think this is probably the best one to evaluate your in my opinion, your collection by, because it's like I said with listings, they're listings. They haven't actually sold yet. Whereas this one's still going off your most valuable trait, but it's not only doing it's not only using listings. It's actually what has happened in the last 24 hours. Or if it's a really rare trait, it might look back further. Like if you have a gold ape, yeah, I love the crystals, dude. They're so cool. They're beautiful. I'm so excited for them. The website looks amazing.
Let me give you a quick story. We have like, out of the, I don't know, the 400 people we have, I don't know how many, but we have a lot of crystals because one of the guys posted it when there were like under 1,000 people in the Discord. So we're like basically all OGs and got like these free mints and stuff.
You got free mints if you were there early?
No, not free, but we're like whitelist mints.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Just checking.
Not free. No. So I myself have 4, and we have a bunch of guys having 4 or 5. So it's nice to see that somebody outside of our community has crystals.
The website looks amazing. I think the art is so cool, and anything that it's the same thing with eponyms. If you've seen those recently, is if the minting experience and I guess not the minting experience, but if they're doing in this project, not the minting experience, but in general, if they're doing something different, like in the fact that this changes forms over time as you trade for wallet to wallet and it's based on the wallet, it's so different. It's so cool. It's using the technology and the resources we have. Like it's so impressive, the stuff that's being built. So I'm super happy to be a part of it. I plan on holding most of mine for a long time. But the thing is that like I also need like them to form. So I don't know what to do. I'm gonna have to sell them and then buy other ones, right? Like I don't really know what to do.
You have to find a buddy and then like basically
go back and forth. Yeah,
that's what we did a little bit.
But then are you going to get similar formations because you're going to end up getting? I guess you guys have it good because you guys can trade between a bunch of different people if you wanted to.
Exactly, that's what we did.
And so you could get unique wallets in there. I'm worried like if I trade with one person, that it's just going to have a lot of the similar looking formations. I don't know. It's going to be fun.
Nobody knows. That's why it's fun about it, right? Nobody knows what's going to happen. I think a lot of people were a little bit disappointed because a lot of them people expected to like have a much higher floor than they have right now. But I think it's just a game.
I mean, no, man. I personally think that this, and I've been telling a few of my friends this who aren't as deep in NFTs as me. I think it's a great buy right now. I haven't picked up more yet, but I'm definitely considering it because I just think it's too low. I think the team is awesome. It's super dedicated to it. Same thing with eponyms. Like the art is interesting. And I wish I would have minted more, but I was so particular with what I minted that I took forever and only minted 4. But I was on the page for like 2 hours, trying to pick out ones that I liked. But yeah, I'm super interested in this.
I have a question here for you.
I see that.
Yeah. Okay.
So the first, I could kind of run down our priorities and in terms of what we were trying to add to the site. Number 1 is 1155 ERC 1155, or it's ERC 1155, and that would be your what's an example of I actually think gutter cats are 1155 surprisingly, which is why they're not on our site. But usually ERC 755s would be something like the House of Kaiba pass or any type of membership passes where it's the same thing over and over. It's one single item and there's multiple of them. So that's our first priority in terms of what we're adding to the site. There's other features that are being built around this. Like I said, we want everything to be very social. And with ETH NFTs, we're not quite as social as we want to be yet. But that's all coming. But in terms of the NFTs that are coming to the site, that would be first. I'm pretty sure that the next thing we're going to be seeing would be a lot more flow NFTs coming to the site. Of course, we have NFL, which is going to be priority as soon as that drops. But outside of just that, especially as we're seeing more of these flow marketplaces getting built out. We just got the news that NBA Top Shot moments can be legendary moments right now. Can be moved to Blockdo Bay and Vive, or however you say that name. Vive,
I have no idea.
Whatever Vive. I don't know, man. And it's weird that there's like there's Vive and there's Vive. Like I don't know.
I know.
And Vive's on Flow. Like it's so confusing. Anyways. I think especially with those marketplaces getting built out, we're going to have these central marketplaces you could take your flow NFTs to, and all the data is in one place rather than all over the place. I could see that. I think flow is probably going to be the next thing we do.
I mean, it makes sense, right? Since you kind of associate with them, so
yeah, yeah.
Great.
And we tried actually one of our first before we did this full ERC 721 thing, we had tried to build in Zrun and also what was the other? Axes. And neither of they were just way too complicated. So I don't know if I don't know if we'd return to Polygon. I would imagine Polygon would come before like a Cardano or a Solana, but I don't think we've gotten that far. I think the first two are 1155, NFL/Flow. Like those are the main priorities, as well as building out a lot of really sick social features for ETH NFTs where you can follow wallets and maybe some Discord bots and stuff like that. There's lots of stuff that we want to build around, like making the information super accessible and also accessible, user friendly, and just fun to use, rather than, just straight up data. It's you can be kind of boring. We want to make it easy to use and also make it shareable and, being able to connect with your friends while you're collecting. That's kind of the point of all of this, So we definitely form deeper connections than just data points. So that's huge for us. But in terms of what we're actually having on the site, that's kind of I think that's, again, I'm just a content guy, but from what I understand, that is our priorities. Yeah.
No, it makes total sense. I mean, based on your what you say, that the focus is on community building, so it sounds like that's the way it's gonna go.
So on the ETH, outside of my own collection, so that's the thing I love the most about right now is that you can value your collection so many different ways. I think that's sick. But you can also go to any collection. I'm just pulling up Creature World because I like it. And so first you go over this, and this is just, you just go to the ETH page, and then you just drop down, search any project you want. It has to be ERC 721 once again. Some projects are going to be broken down better than others. Like you can see So Rare here. So Rare's data lives on a different marketplace. It's not on OpenSea. So it's so weird. Some of these tabs are, I don't know if it's because I'm sharing my screen or what, but some of these, when I go to pages, they don't want to open. Anyways, I'll just cancel that. That's fine. Sorry. So some are going to have more data than others. But almost all of them you're going to see on the data on OpenSea. You're going to see the data here. We're pulling from the OpenSea API.
You are okay.
So you can go to your own collection, but I won't go to that. Here would be the top rarity. The rarities, this is our own rarity. So as you can see, there are some ties. This is based on basically, we adjust rarity based on how the market is responding to, so like one of this trait, which would be Chalkboard, probably has the highest sale of any creature. So, but if let's say that one of these guys, which I believe they're called wizards, or something like that, if they were to have a higher sale, we'd probably adjust the rarity based on those sales, because we want to, what's the rarest? Well, it's probably what people are paying the most for, right? So, did I freeze?
You froze. Yeah, I don't know. I can hear you, but wait.
So weird. Yeah. No, I see it frozen.
No,
hold on.
No,
Let me just. What the heck?
You froze.
Yeah, my camera's just frozen.
You're like a creature now.
Here, let me leave and come back. I'm sorry.
No, it's totally fine. Okay. Endlich mal nicht meine technischen Schwierigkeiten. Auf jeden Fall mega interessant. Mal schauen mal, was er gleich noch zu sagen hat. Witziger Typ, ja, auf jeden Fall. Schauen wir mal, ob er wieder kommt. Ja, there he is.
Wow, nope. What the heck? My camera on my computer says it's on. Like, that's so crazy. I don't know.
I mean, it's fine. I mean,
yeah, we can just talk. I can share my screen again, but it's so weird. It's never happened to me. I literally stream on Streamer like all the time. I don't know.
Maybe it's also my end. I don't know. The German-US connection maybe doesn't work so good.
I don't know. But anyways, you can look at the rarities there, as well as you can sort through. So I can also pull up filters, and I can sort by, let's just pick a random one. And then I can see the rarities of these guys. You can obviously pick multiple traits. So I could say third eye.
Man, I didn't even go that deep.
Yeah. So
You can really go.
And you can start seeing more rarities of what these ones are. Yeah, so that's the Explorer.
That's basically OpenSea, just in a nicer way.
Wait, say that again?
That's basically like OpenSea, just in a way nicer way.
Yeah, these aren't listings though. These are actually just the valuations. But we will get to a place that's a little bit like OpenSea, and we're actually making big improvements to that coming out very soon. But we'll get there. I'm just gonna go in order. This one's pretty simple. This one just shows the biggest holders. So
that's crazy. I looked at this like a couple of days ago. That's just crazy. How many ETH some people have in their wallets is just insane.
So so then you can click on it, and when you click on it, it'll go to their creatures. You can see his wallet, but also you can click on this again, and you'll see his full wallet. I just said his again, their full wallet. And you can see the stuff that they have. They have some blip maps, which means they're rich. And yeah, so that's that. That's the accounts page. Pretty simple. Oh, I just realized I'm sharing my entire. It's fine. I don't care. And then we go to transactions, which this is going to be again something similar to OpenSea. So far, right now, we don't have. We do not have like the valuations on this page. I don't know why it's not there it goes. And so you can go to price descending. Here is one thing you can do. And you can also still use the same filters once these pop up.
Oh, nice.
And I don't know why it's not popping up.
That's something I'm missing on OpenSea, that you actually can filter the sales by
I don't know why this one's popping up. But yeah. So there's lots of different. I love these creatures, man. They're so cool.
I can tell.
I think those ones are so cool. Anyways. And then, okay, so that's transaction. The same thing as the Explorer. You can pick on certain ones you want. So I maybe the most expensive stripes sales. Hopefully transactions don't take too long to load, and you can see they'll pop up shortly.
I mean, it's a huge data, but we want to load in the background.
Yeah. So that's kind of there we go. There you go. So you got the stripes backgrounds. Those are the highest stripe backgrounds. Raincoat number one sale, and then lastly we go to the marketplace, which like I said, we are making improvements to the marketplace to make it easier to use in a lot of different ways. But here you can see the listings. This one should load much faster than transactions, I believe. And same thing, I could go to CloudSuit, and so you have the price and you have the estimated value. That's the lowest listing though. So I might want to evaluate it by the most valuable trait floor, which is going to be the CloudSuit. And yeah, all these most valuable traits are the CloudSuit for these ones at least. And you can kind of just scroll through the listings. So, this one is the floor because, so you can see how far they are above the floor, et cetera, of this trait floor and that sort of thing. So that's really cool. Yeah, that's pretty much all of it, I think. Yeah. So that's it.
You know what's crazy? When I think back when you guys launched, actually, like just with Top Shot moments and stuff, and now how deep the whole, like you can go on just being on Momentranks. You can basically explore the whole Ethereum.
Right. Yeah. For sure. So yeah.
Time moves fast in this business, and time moves fast on Momentranks.
It is nuts.
It's crazy.
Our team is really crazy. It's insane how much they've been able to build in this short amount of time, and also just making it look awesome. I think compared to other, like I go to a lot of other sites. I don't want to name any, but I think that they don't really
look good.
It's not a great user experience. I think that it's not going to connect with you. It's not going to, like I said, it's going to leave you with the data and pretty much nothing else. They're not really trying to help you in any way. They said, all right, here's the data and good luck out there. And we want to definitely be able to help people and help them make decisions and help them make smart decisions, give them everything they need to make those decisions. And also just, I think one thing is like just making, if it's your first NFT, like it should be understandable. And so we want to give people those resources to make it where if it's your first NFT, you can understand how to go in there and do your thing. So, yeah, so that's ETH. I know we talked a lot about that. Sorry. There's a lot of features. So I talked through them all, but
totally fine. It was super exciting. I hope that, a lot of the Zoo members, that's how we call our community, by the way, are now using it in the future. Nice. I will for sure check on that in a couple weeks.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, for sure. And like I said, I mean, with everything, feel free to DM us or hop in our Discord and shoot us a message about what you think or what you want to see, and maybe it'll be easy to build and we can do it quickly. I mean, like I said, we are heavily relying on the feedback of everyone to build what you guys want to see. So please let us know if you guys have any thoughts. And I'm sorry that you can't see my face right now.
That's totally fine, man. No, Chris, thank you so much. I mean, it's actually, I told you it's going to be like 20 minutes. Now it's 45. So I'm super thrilled that you stayed that long, even though your picture didn't.
I have no idea what happened, but
that's totally
yeah, man,
fine.
thank you so much for having me. I enjoyed it. I'm glad we could bring Momentranks to your audience. Yeah.
If you need anything from me or I don't know from our German community in the future, just let me know.
Absolutely, and let me know how let me know how that communities go when you guys set that up, and let me know how the games go. That's a feature we're rolling out. So yeah, definitely let me know if what would make your experience better. I know we're trying. One big thing we want to do is like we just got the suggestion on Twitter because we were already building communities, right? It's already pretty much built, but we had a tweet yesterday who was like, there should be a way to like make a community and then you could see the full value of the whole community's NFTs. And like we had a little bit of that, but now we want to like build that out even more. So like now when you guys all get in your community, it might not be immediate. We might not have this right now, but we're gonna have it very soon where you'll be able to see everything, all the total amount of everything you guys own, which will be really sick to like see, like just the huge number of Top Shot moments you guys own and the value of them and stuff like that. So it'll be really fun.
We do actually. Cool. And I mean, you guys still looking for a developer. So if anybody is out there.
Yeah, especially for play. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And I do actually believe that. So if you search moment, I forgot I'm sharing my full screen, but it's okay. Like if you just search Momentranks, lever or Momentranks job should probably pop up too. There's gonna be this one right here for play. That's the main one. We're definitely looking to hire someone pretty quickly for that. So if you're interested, you need there it is. I know nothing about software engineering, so I cannot answer your questions, but I will refer you to the correct person.
Cool, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
okay, Chris,
absolutely.
I wish you have a nice Monday night ending.
Yes.
For you. For us, it's almost bedtime, so we probably wrap it up also here. It was really awesome, super interesting, especially for me. Props from the chat.
Nice to meet you, man. Thank you for having me on so much. Appreciate it. Take it easy.
And talk to you soon, okay?
Yep. See you out there in the play streets tomorrow.
Oh yeah, for sure. Have a good day, man. So, nice. Also, ich habe echt persönlich super viel Neues auch gelernt. Ich wusste zum Beispiel nicht, ich kann ja mal meinen Screen erklären, aber ich will jetzt auch nicht mein Portfolio hier unbedingt alles zeigen, aber ich wusste nicht alles, was es sowas gibt, vor allem das mit der Community wusste ich nicht, was natürlich super, super nice ist. Wir können eigentlich direkt mal hier auf mein Kopf muss erstmal kurz wieder auf Deutsch klarkommen. Auf jeden Fall hier meine NFT Zoo Community anlegen. Ich bin jetzt einfach mal so frei. Weil das war schon mal ein großer Knackpunkt, dass man mit seinen Momenten auch endlich mal was machen kann. Deswegen umso geiler. Jetzt haben wir halt meinen Market Cap hier drin. Ich bin Rank 55. Ich weiß nicht, was das bedeutet. Ach, das ist unser Rank. Also joint mal bitte alle. Get Invite Link. Und let's go. Und dann machen wir hier mal NFT Zoo Fantasy mit Top-Momenten. Ich freue mich. Ich weiß noch nicht ganz genau, was ich jetzt alles machen kann. Jetzt habe ich schon eiskalt hier Invite-Links gejoint. Eigentlich sollte man irgendwie Requirements noch machen, aber wie immer zu excited. Set completed. Nice. Man kann direkt mal Base Set completed. Nur dann kann man rein. Also würde mich auf jeden Fall freuen, wenn hier einige joinen. Ich werde es nachher noch posten im Discord. Ja, ansonsten, ich wollte noch ein bisschen über Top Shot sprechen. Ich weiß nicht, sind überhaupt noch Leute da? Hat jemand noch Interesse? Wir können noch kurz, bevor ich mir das hier noch angucke, Moments owned. Man muss gewisse Moments haben. Das ist doch schon mal schön. Dann sage ich auf jeden Fall, ich brauche auf jeden Fall 10 Moments. Und auf jeden Fall ja komm, 10 Moments sollten drin sein, oder? 10? 15? 10? Hat jeder 10 Moments? Ich glaube schon. Add Requirement. Sehr gut. Und dann schauen wir mal, wo das hinführt hier. Ansonsten war bei Top Shot ja diese Woche noch Run It Back. Ich persönlich habe einen bekommen. Yay. Zack, schon 5 drin. I love it. Schauen wir mal, aktualisieren, 5 Members und direkt Market Cap. Also, wir müssen Dotti reinbringen, dann ist unser Market Cap eigentlich direkt, ja, through the roof, wie man schön sagt. Jetzt kann ich direkt hier einen Discord createn. Aber was ich jetzt genau machen kann, habe ich noch nicht so geschaut. Okay. Okay. Kann ich die Anforderungen jetzt nicht mehr bearbeiten. Ich muss mir in Ruhe mal angucken. Ich habe mit den ohne Witz. Kann ich die Leute angucken? Ich bin ein bisschen überfordert. Ich sehe ja nicht mal, wo meine Community jetzt ist. Jetzt habe ich sie ganz verloren. Also, ich habe hier 4 Glocken bekommen. Der Dex, die ist auch eine Bekannte. The Bow auch bekannt und Munich Baller wahrscheinlich auch bekannt. Nice, auf jeden Fall sehr cool. Ich muss mir mal echt in Ruhe mal angucken. Ich hoffe, jetzt habe ich hier keinen Scheiß kreiert, wo jeder rein kann oder so, aber normal nicht. Ein bisschen über interessante Projekte, falls es gibt, genau, wollte ich auch noch kurz anreißen. Diese Woche, ich muss ehrlich sagen, ich fühle mich diese Woche nicht so ganz gut, was zu minden. Ich weiß, es gab wieder 2, 3 Projekte, die super steil gingen. Gestern und heute, gerade mit den Namen schon wieder vergessen. Alter, wir machen zu viel. Der Kollege ganz viel gemindet hat heute und gestern auf dem Secondary gekauft. Aber gerade eben ist so ein bisschen ein kleiner Dip, finde ich. Als allgemeine Excitement vielleicht nicht mehr ganz so da wie vor ein paar Wochen noch. Und ich habe ziemlich viel Geld in die Crystals investiert persönlich. Also ich habe mir 4 Stück gekauft. Und deswegen bin ich gerade ein bisschen zögerlich und bin eigentlich diese Woche eher auf dem entspannten Trip. Ich habe mir ganz entspannt 2 Top-Show-Momente gekauft, weil ich mir wieder Bock drauf hatte. 3 sogar von relativ bekannten Spielern. Und hat sich schon gelohnt. Der ist irgendwie schon $10 hoch, seit ich ihn gekauft habe. Ja, also ich bin ein bisschen auf Top-Show diese Woche unterwegs, muss ich sagen. Ansonsten beobachte ich Crystals. Ich kann ja mal mein Wallet aufmachen. Ich habe 1, 2 Sachen mir auf dem Secondary gekauft, weil der dippt natürlich jedes Mal in diesem Browser, mache ich diese beschissene Seite auf. Wenn man den Dip ja auch mal ein bisschen kaufen soll, was ist das überhaupt? Und das ist jetzt kein Financial Advice oder irgendwas, was ich angebe. Aber warum ist alles so langsam? Holy shit. Genau, was ich super nice finde, was ich diese Woche gemintet habe, Shoutout an Rumo, glaube ich, er hat es mir auch mal wieder gezeigt. Brushstrokes, AI-Kunst von einem Künstler, der sich Zero X Culture nennt. Der Discord ist sehr, sehr positive Vibes. Die Announcements sind richtig cool. Ein cooles Announcement war jetzt, dass die Leute, die eins besitzen, können eine Physical Version zugeschickt bekommen. Werde ich auf jeden Fall machen, da habe ich richtig Bock drauf, mal endlich mit der physischen Welt auch zu interagieren. Der Flow ist gerade noch relativ akzeptabel. Sehen auch cool aus, auch wenn ein bisschen wenig Variation drin ist, finde ich. Das ist ein Projekt, wo ich diese Woche immer ein bisschen drauf schiele. Vielleicht, wenn es runtergeht, wollte ich mir vielleicht nochmal eins kaufen. Aber momentan habe ich 1 davon. Was mache ich noch diese Woche? Genau, ansonsten halt Crystals beobachten auf jeden Fall. Ja, da vielleicht mal, ich habe einen gelistet für 0,4, aber ist jetzt eher noch weit weg davon. Der Floor ist gerade bei 0,12. Hey, machen wir schnell wieder zu. Habe ich verpasst. Genau, ansonsten habe ich Dreamers gemintet. Das war auch eine witzige spontane Aktion. Da konnte man irgendwie über eine Google-Form auf eine Whitelist kommen. Da habe ich 3 gemintet. Habe einen verkauft und einem bekannten Zoo-Mitglied verkauft. Und ich habe witzigerweise einen sehr, sehr raren bekommen. Irgendwie von den 10.000 ist der Rank 200 oder sowas. Also mal gucken, was da geht. Die waren relativ günstig. Noch ein Projekt, wenn ihr ganz wenig rumliegen habt. Pixel Beasts beobachte ich diese Woche auch. Er macht auch einen Developer, der einen eigenen Discord hat und auch relativ billig. Und der macht super interessante Announcements. Und da gibt es diese Woche die erste Town Hall. Und ja, er hat so ein kleines Game schon programmiert, wo man immer wieder mal reinsteigen kann mit seinen Pixel Beasts. ist einfach ein cooles Projekt, um dabei zu sein für wenig Geld, finde ich. Aber ansonsten diese Woche ist nicht so viel. Ich warte persönlich auf meine Biopills. Ich weiß nicht, wer da involviert ist. Habe ich schon ein paar Mal geschillt. Die sind ziemlich beliebt die letzten Wochen. Da kann man bald Apostles minten und da kommen Tokenomics und so. Also das Projekt ist einer der wirklich best aufgezogensten Projekte, die ich bisher mitgemacht habe. Und das soll jetzt auch kein Financial Advice sein. Aber der Discord ist unglaublich nice. Die Announcements sind cool. Das Team macht gute Announcements, macht klare Announcements. Und deswegen habe ich die Biopill auch schon ewig und werde die auch halten. Also die sind relativ teuer mittlerweile, muss man sagen. Also der Mint war 007 früher mal. Aber wer da irgendwie Bock hat, sich bitte informieren. Aber ist ein relativ cooles Projekt und sieht nach sehr viel Zukunft aus. Ja, genau. Ansonsten habe ich, wie gesagt, diese Woche echt keinen Drop. Bisher. Das ist ja immer sehr, sehr volatil. Also volatil im Sinne, es geht sehr schnell, dass was Neues auftaucht. Bis halt Rumo was reinschickt und wir klicken drauf und dann so in der Art. Nein, natürlich nicht, aber es geht dann sehr, sehr schnell und mal gucken, was ich diese Woche noch so finde. Ich hatte heute super wenig Zeit persönlich und muss mal in Ruhe die Tage ein bisschen gucken. Genau, ansonsten, bevor alle einschlafen, sind immer noch 20 Leute fast hier. Überragend. Gibt es noch Fragen oder irgendwelche Anregungen? Wollt ihr noch was wissen? Jetzt habe ich hier mein Wallet mal offenbart. Auch nichts Geheimes, das ist ja das Schöne in dem Business. Wenn es noch irgendwas gibt, wir sind schon über die Stunde, ich will es immer bei einer Stunde halten. Ansonsten würde ich für heute auch Feierabend machen. Alle haben aufs Giveaway gewartet. Mann. Irgendjemand schon seinen Weight geholt. Genau, das habe ich vorher gelesen, aber da sage ich vielleicht auch ein Fact, also meine Meinung. Ich weiß nicht, ob ich den Weight unbedingt will, weil ich finde immer Topshot lebt von Rarity und Scarcity, wie man auf Englisch sagt, auf Deutsch Seltenheit. Und ich finde irgendwie $9 für etwas ausgeben, das irgendwie jeder hat. Keine Ahnung, nicht so cool. Klar, wenn man den Collector Score braucht und so, dann kann man sich dadurch boosten oder wenn man Bock auf Wait Moment hat. Vielleicht kaufe ich mir auch einen, keine Ahnung, aber ich finde es immer nicht so cool, wenn es irgendwas gibt, wo alle haben. Weil das den Sinn der Plattform ein bisschen verfehlt. Ich weiß nicht mehr, wo man den minden kann. Ich habe, wie gesagt, nichts gelesen, weil ich im Stream war. Vintage Vibes hier. Pre-Order My Pack. Also es gibt dann einfach 500.000 davon. Ich weiß nicht, ob ich im Moment will, der 500.000 gemintet würde. CS von 2 oder? Gute Frage, was der für einen Collector Score bringt. Ist das kein Fandom-Moment und dann bringt er auch immer mehr? Alter, ich muss mich dringend mal wieder tiefer reinfuchsen. Ist einfach zu viel. Doch, Fandom-Set. Ja, genau, so sehe ich halt auch 500.000 für $9. Ja, also wenn es ein cooler Moment ist, ich schaue es mir mal an, vielleicht hole ich es mir, aber das ist halt einfach ein bisschen am Ziel vorbei. Ist eine coole Aktion für neue User und ihr seht auch, das aktualisiert sich jede 2 Minuten. Aber ich sehe das in meinem Portfolio ist nicht unbedingt, oh, habe irgendwas verkauft, live verkauft. Ja, weil diese Showcase Challenge. Ich habe meine WNBA Moments ein bisschen aussortiert. Da habe ich mir lieber den Dwayne Wade Moment, den Championship Moment von 06 gekauft. 06? Ja. Weil das ist halt wirklich was Cooles. Gibt es halt nur 10.000 Mal. Und den werde ich auf jeden Fall behalten. Ich finde dieses Archive-Set sowieso sehr, sehr attraktiv, muss ich sagen. Mal schauen, ob ich das noch voll mache nach und nach. Was ich auf jeden Fall machen werde, ist mir mein Mellow noch holen, weil treue Zuschauer wissen es, dass ich großer Carmelo Anthony-Fan bin, auch wenn viele jetzt den Kopf schütteln. 39 schon, hey. Da muss ich mal gucken, ob ich da bald zuschlage. Was man nicht vergessen darf beim Archive-Set, das sind nicht mal die Hälfte auf dem Markt bisher. Das bisschen beachten vielleicht, wenn ihr das Set voll machen wollt. Also über die Hälfte kommen da noch auf den Markt. Das heißt, ja, Supply and Demand kann auf jeden Fall auch noch im Preis sinken. Ich glaube, auf lange Sicht wird das Set schon begehrt sein, weil es einfach so ein Archive-Set ist, wo viele Retired-Spieler schon drin sind. Genau, in diesem Sinne würde ich jetzt Schluss machen, dass ich auch mal chillen kann heute. Und bedanke mich recht herzlich fürs Hall of Fame und Mello, fürs Zuschauen und Einschalten. Heute war sehr Momentranks-lastig. Die nächste Folge ist in 2 Wochen. Episode 4 ist in 2 Wochen. Ich kann schon ein bisschen teasen. Es wird ein Kollege oder was heißt Kollege, ein Member von dem Riot Racer Team sein, was für mich persönlich auch super interessant ist, weil das ein Projekt ist, wo ich sehr investiert bin und sehr viel davon halte. Also nächste Woche kein Stream, ich brauche meine Auszeit. Und in 2 Wochen dann ein Riot Racer Stream. Und im November haben wir auch schon ein paar Gäste geplant. Unter anderem ein bisschen größere Influencer, sage ich mal, in der NFT-Szene, ein amerikanischer auch wieder. Nächste Woche wird wahrscheinlich in 2 Wochen wird er wahrscheinlich auf Deutsch sein, das Riot Racer. Dann schaue ich mal auf meinen Zettel, was kann ich noch so teasen? Ja, ich will jetzt nicht so viel verraten, aber ich bin dran an ein paar Leuten immer. Es wird interessant hoffentlich bleiben. Wenn ihr Connections habt, die interessant wären, irgendwelche Projekte. Mich hat heute was erreicht von Chain Monsters. Da sind wir auch, bin ich auch dran, dass wir die Entwickler, die sind nämlich deutsch, von Chain Monsters hier mal reinkriegen. Wäre auch cool. Und ansonsten, wenn jemand irgendwie Ideen hat, Connection oder vielleicht einer von euch mal mit dem Stream möchte, um irgendwas Cooles zu erzählen hat, dann mega gern. Ich freue mich, wenn ich hier mit vor allem auch deutschen Leuten reden kann, weil es so eigentlich ein deutscher Stream bleiben. Aber leider geht es halt nicht ohne Englisch, wenn man Gäste möchte. Nichtsdestotrotz, vielen Dank fürs Einschalten. Lasst ein Follow auf Twitch da, wie immer. Gerne auch ein Subscribe. Und ansonsten war es das. Und wir sehen uns im Zoo. Und ich wünsche allen eine schöne Woche. Und dann bis bald. Macht's gut.